So the Prime Minister and Pierre Poilievre are going to meet up for the first time in the upcoming parliamentary session. Talk about different styles. What can we expect from this matchup?
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to watch this play out because it is the first time that we're seeing Mark Carney and Pierre Poilievre in Parliament, in the House of Commons, and really what has become Pierre Poilievre's home turf. We saw how effective he was in the last government at being able to dictate the national conversation. One of the things that Mark Carney has been very adept at doing over the course of this summer and that he was somewhat able to do in the spring session was control the national agenda, really keep the focus directly on Trump, on tariffs, but also on his promises to build national projects, on his ability to cooperate with the provinces, and it dictated the conversation in a manner that was shining, a somewhat good light on him, or at the very least, it wasn't necessarily always a negative light. He had this unique situation where, when it came to Donald Trump, polling shows that most Canadians still viewed him as the man in charge, even if he wasn't as necessarily able to get results the way that Canadians had expected or in the timeline that they had expected to date. But despite that, he wasn't being hit or hurt in polling. Where that changes potentially is when you change the conversation, and that's something that Pierre Poilievre was very strong and adept at doing. He was very capable of using those opposition days in the House of Commons to set the national agenda and frame the issues around affordability, around housing, around crime, things that the Conservatives were polling very, very strongly on. So yesterday I was speaking with pollster Nick Nanos, and he was saying that there is the trap that Mark Carney faces in this new session and this new House of Commons when it starts again in 2 weeks. It's facing someone who is very skilled at using those days to dictate the conversation. Have a listen.
Love or hate the guy, he's really good in the House of Commons. This is his place where he usually is very effective. And you know what? He destroyed a previous Liberal Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, in the House of Commons and through his activities. So he should not be underestimated.
And that's going to be the challenge for Mark Carney because this is the first time that they are going up in this new environment. We saw how it played out in the debates, for example, on the campaign trail. Mark Carney was a little quieter. He let Pierre Poilievre really speak and control the moment. How it plays out in the House floor, that's going to be what's interesting to watch.
Colton, thanks for that. We'll stay in touch throughout the morning with more.